We'll take the first Kafka Streams application and add error handling to it. All the topology code is in place, so you'll just add the parts needed to complete the error handling exercise. The use of the static boolean throw_error_now variable will be clear in a moment. Please note, this variable exists for simulation purposes only. First, to handle any deserialization errors, create the deserialization exception handler. We'll talk about the error counter instance variable in a minute. Next, you'll implement the handle method. Take note that all the different error handling interfaces provide a handle method. Now we'll see the error counter variable in action. If there are less than 25 errors so far, you'll continue processing. Otherwise, once the counter exceeds 25, you'll stop processing. Finally, you'll complete the implementation by adding a no-op configure method. Next on the error handling list, you'll create an instance of the production exception handler interface. As with the previous error handler, you'll implement the handle method, and here you'll add the condition for continued processing. If it's a record too large exception, then the application will continue processing. And if it's not that exact exception, you'll shut down the application. Finally, as before, you'll complete the implementation by adding a no-op configure method implementation. Next, in our error handling exercise, let's add a streams uncaught exception handler. As we've seen with the other error handlers, you'll implement the handle method. In it, you'll check if the exception is an instance of streams exception, which basically means it's a wrapped user code exception. And if yes, you'll extract the underlying exception. Next, add a condition for evaluating the exception. You're looking for a specific exception that you know can occur and isn't transient in nature, and it's worth replacing the stream thread. If it is the transient exception that you expect, return a replace thread response. If it's not that specific exception, you'll want to shut this Kafka Streams instance down by returning a shutdown client response. Now let's wire up the Kafka Streams application with the error handlers. First, add the deserialization exception handler implementation class to the configs. Then add the producer exception handler implementation class to the configs. Okay, now we should mention a small tweak that we've made to the topology for demonstration purposes. Here we've created a map values that will throw an exception the first time it encounters a record. Note that this is for transient error simulation purposes only. Now you create the Kafka Streams instance. Then you'll set the streams uncaught exception handler instance. Take note, you set this error handler directly on the Kafka Streams object and not in the configs. Now create the topic loader utility class. As a reminder, using this class for the ease of learning, and you most likely will never use a utility like this, either in development or actual production. Then add the line that starts the Kafka Streams application and actually start it. You'll quickly see a big ugly stack trace, but take heart. The streams uncaught exception handler does its job, and you'll see the application recover and print some processing output on the console.